Hey everybody, weekly wrap-up, November 16th. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but your vocal instructor here has a cold. And I got some of the things done this week and some of the things I didn't get done. But we do have some good releases. We continued on with the advanced voice course, introducing the minor 13th chord arpeggio. And that is a very cool stacking notes on thirds on top of each other, really good for you to start to vocalize and incorporate some of the actual vocal concepts into these types of things, as I keep saying. So that's happening. Did another listen and recognize, so we're up to the key of up to A major chord, and all of the major and minor chords chromatically up to that. And that's part of what's going on. And back to the cold for a minute, since I have one. And yes, even vocal instructors get colds. My students come in, and I'm always trying to send away the sick ones and tell them don't come see me, but once in a while they come in, we do a lip roll, and the next thing you know. And I have all of these health cures here. This is a perfect segue into talking about this, because here on the website I've got all of these health tips. There's all kinds of things to do to sort of like stop a cold in its tracks. But sometimes it just doesn't matter. We all know it. They get you. It's that time of the year, and it's got me. So here I am. I sound congested while I'm talking to you guys, but I'll get over it. I'm feeling better today. So anyway, bouncing around, let's go back for a moment and talk about those minor 13th chords. That sound pretty? I love it. Interesting triad stack. All you really have is a minor on the bottom and a major 7th on the top. So this is like G, B flat, D, F, A, C, and E. And again, as I love to talk about, a minor third, a major third, minor third, major third, minor third, major third. So this big combination of minor and major thirds, all stacked on top of each other, vocalizing through that, incorporating that into your muscle memory, and learning a lot more about harmony singing without even hardly trying, because this is what you do. At the same time, incorporating it within our exercises. That's what's exciting about what I'm doing with the advanced course. And you're going to see a lot more, because we're going to head into the strengthening exercises coming up pretty soon. But again, we're going to do the strengthening exercises and learn how to hold and sustain on these areas of the range where we need to strengthen. But at the same time, it's going to be with major 7th, minor 7th, dominant 7th chords. Lots of fun, and really starts getting your ear going. You'll see as we get into this how much fun both vocalizing and vocalizing to all of these different chords is going to be for you. Now, what I didn't get done this week was posting another vibrato clip. You will be seeing those again next week as we develop more into the vibrato course as well. So we've got all of this going on. That my little cold stopped me from getting the vibrato clip up, but don't worry, you'll be seeing it soon. And so that's kind of the news for this week as far as the wrap-up is concerned. But I have a little question for you. Just one of these vocal questions that we're pondering and starting to understand a little bit more about and solve. And that is that when anything lands on the vocal cords, we cough as a reaction to getting rid of it. If just a little cookie crumb lands on our vocal folds, the immediate reflex and response to that is to cough it off and get rid of it. So the question has been and pondered why, when we actually speak and the vocal cords come together and touch, that we don't cough and spew then. And that is, believe it or not, a puzzling question that scientists are sort of looking into now. And I'll tell you what they're pondering and what they're thinking. The speech motor system must prevent the spinal reflex system from jumping into action when voicing occurs. So now, if this is actually true, what it means is that some voice disorders may result from the malfunction of the prevention of these reflexes. And what this means is that the reflex system may be triggered too easily. And if it does, then the speech motor system gets trapped up, and maybe somehow it causes disorder known, like the type of disorders known like spasmodic dysphonia, where that's where you hear a person who has lots of little tiny interruptions in their voice, and it's like a gigantic amount of these tremors. So I know this may seem strange to you in relationship to normally talking to you about what's going on as being a singer. But see, what's going on about us being a singer is the connection of our vocal cords and how they come together. But it's absolutely amazing to start to understand how one system has cause and effect to the other system. I think I've mentioned this before, but you know, the vocal cords actually have to make a seal and push together for any of us to be able to lift up a heavy object. Two men lifting up a washing machine or a refrigerator, and you hear that grunt. If you can't make that grunt, you actually can't lift up heavy objects. I mean, the cause and effect in our body is incredible. The strength in our voice has so much to do with the actual strength in our whole body. You know, it wasn't really the hair that needed to be cut to take the strength away from Samson. It was to disconnect his vocal folds. Then they would have taken his strength away. Anyway, I share that with you because, again, we are starting to discover so many new things that I want to bring to you. And I will do it here on the weekly wrap-up when I have a little pondering, some fascination about the human voice and systems that relate to the human voice. Just for the pure information of it. You know, it's kind of like you can use this in a conversation somewhere. Will it make you a better singer to understand the ideas of what dysphonia problems are? Not exactly, but it certainly should make you respect that you have a set of healthy vocal cords and the wonder in all of us about this miracle of having a human body that actually does all of these things. The more we learn about it, the more fascinating it becomes, and what an incredible blueprint this human body is. My passion has always been singing and learning more and more about it, and even these sort of offshoots in ways to me totally relate to how the human body is working and the fascination of the human voice, which I am so passionately involved in. So ramble, ramble, ramble. Obviously I'm rambling big time. Hope you might find that a bit interesting. And I will see you next week on the wrap-up. And until then, keep practicing, keep singing.